In this example, we're going to be looking at dividing or simplifying an algebraic expression. Now, if we look at it, it's very similar to other questions we've done, and although we're now using this language, this algebraic expression, all it is, as we can see, this very familiar line here, it's just a division sum. And because we don't know the value of the numbers, because we don't know them, they're just represented as letters, we won't be able to work out the answer exactly. So, we want to start off then by looking at our top line, which is a squared. Well, a squared, if it's broken down into its factors, is a times a. B, we just have a b, and then we have c squared. C squared is just c times c. And on the bottom row, we just have a c, or a times c. Now we need to know and to have a look at it and see whether we can match up any of the letters this time that are the same. So notice we've got an A on the top and on the bottom, and we've also got a C on the top and a C on the bottom. And when we're using our fraction, or numbers written in fraction form, we can change the order of these things that are multiplied together without affecting the sum or changing the sum. So we can now, for our convenience, we can put the A followed by the C. From the top row, we've used the A and the C. That leaves us with an extra A, an extra B, an extra C, divided by A and C. Now we can split this fraction. So rather than having a single fraction, it can be written down into lots of different fractions multiplied together. A times A, multiplied by C times C, multiplied by A, divided by nothing, which must be a 1, and B divided by seemingly nothing, which must be a 1, and C divided by 1. What that allows us to do is to start our simplification. A divided by A is 1, C divided by C is also 1, nothing else can be simplified. And now let's write out what and see what we've got. What we seem to have got here is a 1 multiplied by 1, multiplied by A over 1, multiplied by B over 1, multiplied by C over 1. Now, 1 times 1 is just 1, and now we can bring these three small fractions together to make a one complete fraction, and so that means that now that will become, on the top, will be A times B times C, and on the bottom 1 times 1 times 1. So in the same way, in the first instance, we had a single fraction, and we split it into little fractions, which are all equivalent. Here we've got our little fractions, and we're putting them back together in a big fraction. So it doesn't really matter, it's all equivalent to each other. So A times B times C can be simplified to A, B, C, and it's all over 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1, and so it can just be written as A, B, C.